New GF tested me by stopping in the middle of sex to see if I will force her like her ex. Sorry if the title is confusing, but it's exactly what happened to me last night. We became exclusive just 2 weeks ago and it was the first time we were having sex. It was going well when she suddenly said that she isn't in the mood anymore, so I stopped and asked her if she is okay and to not worry. We then cuddled instead, and it was then she said that it was really a test to see if I would stop, or if I would try to force her or coerce her or make her feel guilty for stopping sex. She said her ex of 3 years used to do it a lot, and when they broke up she promised to herself that she will never stay with someone who exhibited similar behavior. Now I understand her point, but being tested has left a really bad taste in my mouth and I am afraid I will be doubting her during sex from now on. She said she will not test me again, but I don't know what to believe here. Would really love some advice here. I have definitely read this exact story word for word in a previous post from months ago, lol. Normally I think relationship tests are dumb, but this is a weird exception where I understand your GF. I didn't outright tell my boyfriend that I was doing this until years later. But I absolutely stopped things prematurely several times in the first year of our relationship for this reason. I trust him completely, but sometimes my PTSD-informed lizard brain needs some reassurance. It just helps me feel at ease the other 99% of the time we're having sex. The reason why I started doing this was because I was having trauma responses to totally consensual sex. Even if I wanted to keep going and I was enjoying myself, I would have a panic attack sometimes. I would start feeling stressed out thinking, if I wanted to stop right now, could I? It's a physiological issue that comes from past experiences. It has nothing to do with the person I'm with. By stopping things in the middle like what your GF did, I was able to sort of rewire my brain into not mistakenly feeling like my body is out of my control during sex. I don't believe in most immature tests I see on this subreddit, but this one feels fair to me as it's about her safety. She needs to know she feels safe with you. She wasn't accusing you of anything. Most women have had experiences where we trust a man until we are vulnerable, until we fall asleep, have a few drinks, etc. I will also say, stop with a new partner, just to make sure he understands consent. It doesn't make me immature or traumatized. Just like having to carry pepper spray at night, or not going out alone. Women do different things than you to feel safe. And I think in this case you need to respect that. She told you exactly why she needed to do it. To see if she was safe with you. If it continues, sure, tell her to see a therapist. But this was once. You showed you are safer than other men. She feels safe with you. Move on. Her ex used to rape her. That's what forcing someone to keep having sex means. Even if she's not calling it that. It's confronting to deal with, but being clear about what you both want and being explicit about consent is important. Her ex did something very violating, and this isn't an attack on your character. It's more that she probably has some degree of trauma about having been raped, and knowing she's safe to say no is important. While some of these comments are absolutely disgusting, you know what a liar and rapist says? Just trust me. I dated a few men who talked a big game and promised things left and right that ended up doing the exact opposite of what he's promised. You can't just believe the "trust me bro" types. She didn't set you up to screw someone else or catch you in a lie. She wanted proof to know she was safe with you and could continue with you. You passed. Move forward even if she needs more reassurance. If you can't handle someone worrying about themselves, then don't be in a relationship that requires empathy and understanding for your partner's needs. I don't see the problem. It's not like a cheating test. It's just checking to see if you respect her boundaries during sex, which is a reasonable thing to worry about in new relationships, especially with prior trauma. Personally, I wouldn't consider this a deal breaker given her explanation. I don't agree with her doing it the way she did, but I can understand her rationale. If she does it a second time to test, that would be a deal breaker. She's been raped in the past, you understand that, right? She told her ex to stop and he didn't. Honestly, you should be a bit patient with her. He did something that violated her to her core. Of course she's going to be cautious with new relationships. Tell her how you're feeling. While she's welcome to be nervous based on past experiences, the way she went about it isn't okay. Discussing her worries with you and her history outside of sex would have been a much better idea. Anyone can stop sex at any time. Whatever her reason, she hasn't done anything wrong. You're making too much of this. Just continue as usual. If she doesn't say anything, you're good. If she says stop, you stop. Just like normal. People have to do whatever they think they need to do to move on. It really has nothing to do with you, and I would let it go. Might just be me, but I think she's valid for that. Saw trauma is real and she wanted to protect herself. Why exactly would you be doubting yourself during sex? I don't really understand why it makes you so uncomfortable. I think it's normal to want to make sure your partner is going to listen to your boundaries, and the only real way to find out is by testing. Her safety is more important than you feeling sad that she had to do it. Most rapists are people that the victim initially trusted. She had PTSD. If you are not cool with it, you're not the one for her. She has trauma, and this is what it led to her doing. She needs to heal from the trauma. 1. At least she told you. 2. She's dealing with serious trauma from basically being raped in her last relationship. No, it's not cool that she tested you, particularly during your first time together. But try to understand what she has dealt with in the past and have a real conversation with her outside of the bedroom. Your girlfriend just did what she could in the moment to make her feel safe with you. She did nothing wrong. That trauma will follow her forever, no matter how much healing she does. Just help her in whatever way she wants to show she can trust you to respect her boundaries and care for her feelings. At the same time, it also makes sense that you feel badly that your girlfriend wasn't sure at first if she could trust you. Just know that it is not personal. She would be checking for safety in this sort of way with any potential partner. If this were on AITA, I would definitely say nah. I hope both of you are very happy together. I don't think any kind of test is okay. I understand that she has trauma and what happened to her was horrible, but this is not the way to conquer the trauma. And as you said in your comment, it makes you anxious about her testing you again. And let's be honest, it is quite possible. Talk to her how these tests make you feel, and if she need to deal with this trauma, there is always professional help. She needs to know that this gives you anxiety and makes you feel bad. You are not her ex, and she should look at you that way. She was repeatedly forced into sex and is trying to stay safe. Baby, you're not the victim here. Every sexual assault survivor will do something like this in their life. It was dumb of her to tell you, though. You have nothing to worry about. So when she asks you to stop, you stop. You got this. This is what trauma does to people.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.